beat them at their own game. This is a new car, this red Tahoe. I haven't seen that car before. He could be moving. Could be moving, but I doubt it. It looks like he's taking his bike somewhere. He brought his bike back. Anyway, his name is Pee Wee. He lives right there in front of that. That's his nickname. I don't know his real name. Don't really care. Nickname is Pee Wee. He lives right there in front of this house with the red Tahoe. He drives that car, and I think he has like a Toyota Camry, 1999, 2000. That's him. This old lady right here in the silver Camry, we watch her window. You see how her windows are open right now? That's to watch me. They keep their windows open. Peeping Toms. She's an old lady. She's single. She's in by herself. You can watch at nighttime. She leaves her windows open. Sometimes, or she'll peek through the blinds. Doesn't really matter. All right, them. They recently moved in the neighborhood along with this guy. He had a Dodge. So he had a Dodge truck. He just bought this truck. He works for the city. I just saw him in a city car. He works for Baltimore City. What you'll see is cars probably driving by. They may be slow when they see my house because they're going to be looking up in the window to see if I'm recording them. So you may or may not, just depending on, you know what I mean, how guilty they want to look today. But if you see cars driving by slow, it's because they're paying attention to me, as always. So there could be some niggas in this van, but we don't give a fuck. All right. Next. All right, so I just called it. Right. All right, exactly. So, because these people, they zipping down to here. They zip it down like a maniac. So this road, they zip crazy. I mean, you're almost getting accidents driving here. So anytime that these people are slow walking, you know, like I said, so it started. As soon as I told it was going to start. So, okay, so back to the program. Camry, older lady, doesn't really leave her house. She's a nosy bitch. White car. This white car is, she just moved in, again, the same time. The nigga in the Benz, he had a Dodge truck though, moved in. All right, so these two, I believe, are hired because people were living in these houses prior to they got here. So people moved out of those houses. A guy had a red Lexus and a family of like 4 or 5 in this house right here with white Traverses. So this white Traverse is an old couple. They've been here, been coming back and forth. I don't know if their daughter got a new car. No, I mean, if her daughter's car is messed up, she drives the black Nissan Murano, which you'll see some of other vehicles. You can see the windows. Just take, I mean, they're going to tell themselves because the windows on the video are going to show whether they were open or not before I start recording, and we had 3 minutes. All right, so I'm going to step back a little bit out the window so they can't see me, but I can still get my footage. All right, so they can't see me out the window. They're going to start using trucks to get higher and higher. That's what they do. Like one of my parents' house, they live on a hill. So they can't see me driving like cars and regular pickup trucks. So they'll have like bread trucks come by, or DHL or FedEx, tractor trailers come by so they can get a better sight of what I'm doing. I just called it. What is this? Is this a truck right here? Right? I just called it, right? I just said the trucks, right? I just said it. And it's white too, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so back to what we're talking about. All right. So, like I said, he won't, and tractor trailers can't come through here. So there's no truck really that's going to be tall enough to see me doing this. So anyway, all right, so white Traverse is related to the van, right? Van, blue van, Dodge Caravan. They live right there, blue door. Right there, blue door. They live right there. They also, right, White has been talking to my neighbors who are directly next to me. This side on my left-hand side, right? And so we can just tilt over. We can tilt the camera over there and get their tag number. This is great. We tilt the camera over and we'll get the cars. All right, so you see how when I first started the video, there were no cars for about maybe first minute and a half. And then as you start, that's when the cars start, okay? I'm just getting you guys some things who may not be aware of going through this. Anybody who goes through this already knows what to look out for. I'm explaining it to those who think that we're crazy. Anyway, so white Traverse, black Nissan Rogue, and Dodge Caravan are related. Either she's using her parents' car right now, but all that does solidify because I did record one time where they were next door. So they were next door, they were speaking to them. And we'll use the word allegedly because I can't confirm for you all on videotape that they were. I can only confirm based on my memory. So they left and they were talking to my neighbors, the Webbs, Shay and Garfield Webb. Remember I was telling you about that? All right, so they talked to my mom. My mom's name is Gloria. So they have a conversation. They talk. It's like they are like a connect. That line connects here. That line connects to my parents who live out in Harrow County. They live out in Howard County. So that's how this goes. White car, white Honda. So that's how this goes. That's how this goes. So they're the only ones who have connection because my grandfather lived in the house that I'm living in now. This is one of his houses. And so, like I said, that because of that only connection is why they talk to my mom. I mean, she probably could talk to anybody else, but I'm pretty sure this is the only person she may feel quote unquote comfortable because they're right next door. And so anytime I'm out here with my gun walking around, or I'm frying them up, or I'm talking my shit, of course my mother gets a phone call, and I can tell because when I go over there, their attitudes are different. They're so humbled, they're so concerned, But it takes you to go into an uproar for them to be concerned. They're not concerned; it's just fear and guilt. And like I said, these people pay for my bills, and they pay for my car note because instead of them trying to boss me around, I boss them around. And so I use their guilt against them. And that's one of the guys. Now, he's riding like common sense. Normally, he'd be flying up here, making a whole bunch of noise. He lives about maybe 5 or 6 houses down from me, and that would be this way, to my left, going this way. Normally, they're flying, making a whole bunch of noise. They'd be revving their engines. Like I said, but because they know that they're on recording, they're acting like they're sensible people. It's all for the camera. The same thing applies. You see how this is a quiet neighborhood? 60% of this neighborhood are over 50 years old. Okay? 50%, they just rode twice. And you'll see that on the camera. That's the second time they came by. And that's not the Silver Rogue. That's a Rogue. That's not the Murano I was telling you about earlier. That's a Rogue. And that is a different one. So, like I said, as you can see, they use different tactics, but it doesn't really matter. I use it against them. So I use their assumptions and stupidity against them by bossing up, right? And that allows me to be somewhat financially stable. Like I said, the trucks won't matter because I'm on the 3rd floor, 2nd floor, however you want to. I'm on the 3rd floor. Of this home. So this person right here, I believe, is next door to me, to my right. When you see the BMW parked here, BMW, the Acura, the silver Honda Accord, all related. White, the red Cobalt 4-door, all related next door. I think they're 40 and over. I think all the women that live over there are ages 40 and up. But yeah, so 60% of my neighborhood are over the age of 50. All right, then you have 20% that are like between the 30, and then the rest of the percent just live with their peoples. So this is a quiet neighborhood. It's like 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning. No one's going to work here. Everyone's here is on SSI, fixed income, Social Security. Everyone who does work is already gone for the day. You know what I mean? So anybody that you see driving around here is done. They don't live around here, right? Because they be gone. I've been living around here for 10 years. So I just want to give you some retrospect and some insight on the neighborhood. I've been living here for 10 years. I wasn't born here yesterday. And I've been coming to this area for 28 years because my grandfather has owned this house for as long as I've been alive. You also have a property on Layton Avenue out in Baltimore. They have a couple properties. They have about 4 or 5 houses. So, and my grandfather was a Mason, 33rd degree Mason. So I understand now, he was a bishop of a church for over 50 years. So I understand why some of his members were Masons now. I understand they were kind of in the same lodge. I'm, just doing some research now and find out that, that's why they came to my grandfather's church. That's why we had some what you would call hot shots in Baltimore, top funeral directors, politicians. They either were associate ministers, they came and preached at my grandfather's church, or were musicians at my grandfather's church. And I'm just seeing now it's just one big joke. All of them were Masons. They're part of the board, and it was just one big whole buddy group that I just thought that was just because of the love of the Most High Yah. You know what I mean? Who they call Jesus. I just thought it was like a church thing. And that's what they want you to think. They want you to think, oh, it's just because we meet because of church. It's not. Political, whatever reason, all this, it has behind the scenes. Okay, niggas just don't link up just to be talking. You can talk over the phone. So, Volvo also drives a blue Corolla, same year as the one that they drive. I don't know their name. But these people I don't really get a lot of smack from. Normally if I'm standing on my porch, they'll use them like they just came back from the grocery store or some bullshit like that. You see how the car stopped after I basically made a statement that was true? You see how they don't have the cars now? You see it? All right. So it'll probably start back up. When you acknowledge something, it starts back up. Just like that. Right. I can't make this up. All praise be to Yahweh, because every time I speak it, it happens. They use cats. They use animals. Like, sometimes you'll see like a cat. They can see through. You understand, this is very spiritual. So when someone's possessed and they give their life over to Satan, there's certain things that they can get. There's certain things that they can get or allow. So they use cats, and cats will come over. They use animals, like a deer running from your car, cats are running in front of your car, or be sitting on your property, or just come over to where you are at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when no one else can come over there. So they use different things. They use different things. And like I said, if you're not spiritually inclined, then you'll think I'm crazy. I don't really care. I don't care what anybody thinks. I can tell you what I do I can tell you how I bully the police of Baltimore, Maryland. And Baltimore, Howard County, whatever you want to call them. They're all the FOP, Fraternal Order of Police, Mason, they're all part of one group. Right? You got veterans, so you got different people. People forget. Kappas are police, Sigmas are police, Alphas are police, Q Dogs are police. So not only do you have the FOP, do you have the Fraternal, do you have Masonic? So you have a lot of these people who are part of 3 different organizations, and they all come under one branch. So that person maybe went to high school and became a Kappa, and now he's a Mason, and then he decided to be a SWAT team or a detective. He's a Kappa, Mason, policeman. Those are separate and collective, all in one. Okay? So I want you guys to pay attention to the cars who drive past twice. That's the whole purpose of me recording too, because they were telling themselves, okay, that's what that was. Thanks for Mosiah for the revelation. They were telling themselves, just by using the same cars, driving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, let me show you something. They let me live in this house like this. Mold, dust, ceiling coming down. And then this is the family house. So they don't give a fuck about me. They want me to catch mold and die. They want me to get sick. You see all this shit out here. Now, let me tell you, they can't sell this house like this. And there's plumbing wrong with it. There's a lot of issues with the house. But because I bullied them into letting me stay here, plus the common law, I've been living here for over 7 years, I can prove that. They really can't kick me out this house. It's like squatters law, like the squatters. So they really couldn't kick me out the house if I really legally wanted to go and battle my parents about trying to make me homeless. So they don't do anything. They cut the grass and shit, but they only cut the grass because there's a homeowners association. So they keep the upkeep, the exterior of the house, because the home association who they talk to, just Masonic puppets, whoever, fraternal. I got a Delta who lives next to me. That's a witch. That's all it is. And a veteran, warlock. Okay, that's all that is. So they, like I said, they don't give a fuck. They want me to catch mold and get sick, but the Most High is going to preserve me because I have a purpose. So I'm not going to get sick. I'm not going to become ill. Okay, I'm not going to, have any ailments other than something that I may inflict on myself, right? or a happenstance, but they're not going to make me terminally ill. They're not going to take me out. The Most High is not going to allow them to take me out of here like that. They're going to have to really be Armageddon war type things for us to really become that sacrifice, that martyr for the Most High Yah. Okay, but anyway, like I said, so this is what they do. They allow me to live in these conditions, right? Because they don't care. And because I've basically told them that I'm not going to pay them for oppressing me. They're not going to have people look at me through the walls, whatever technology you want to say, demonic, however you want to word it, whatever you want to say. And they're not going to be bullying me. They're not going to be out here trying to intimidate me. I cannot be bullied or intimidated. I'm a grown-ass man. But they're not going to try these things, right? They're not going to try these things. And now that's done. Now we're good. Sit down and talk to you guys. They're not going to try these things. And you see how the floor looks? You know what I mean? Now, this is not a room I stay in. You know, there's 3 rooms in this home. But you see, you know, like, look, there's a lot of work to be done to this home before they could sell it. So they're not selling this house. They got to spend $20,000, $30,000 to fix it, to make this home livable. This home is not livable. I don't have a stove, a working stove. I don't have a working washer or dryer. The plumbing is shot. You can see this. So am I blessed? Yes. Well, let me stop using that word blessed. I'm favored by the Most High Yah to be able to have a roof over my head, because you know that the whole goal is for you to be homeless. You know that. The whole goal and purpose of this program is for you to be on the streets, telling them about telling them about all these diseases, telling them that the government is corrupt, and you just look like a crazy homeless person. And then eventually what they do is once people get tired of you on the streets, then they try to put you into a home. They try to put you into the hospital, saying that you're mentally deprived, and you know, whether you being on the street or just you, they'll make up some story basically solidifying that you're not fit to be a citizen, and you're not fit to be on the streets, and you can't basically protect yourself. So that's how this goes. That's how this whole situation goes. Okay, so eventually, you know, you're homeless or whatever, and they want you to kill yourself. The whole point is they don't have to deal with you. So that lets you know how powerful you are as an empowered individual, because why would people want you to kill yourself if you could not make an impact on the world? You have everybody around you, thousands of hundreds of people you come into on a daily basis, and the government doesn't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck what your neighbors do. They don't give a fuck about what you do. That in itself is admission that we are more than conquerors through the name of Most High Yah. All right. Through Yahweh ben Yahweh, Elohim, we are. And they prove that, because you can't tell me that I live around about 200-300 people and I'm the only motherfucker that they're worried about. Come on now. Come on, guys. Come on. What sense does that make? That doesn't make any sense, right? I'm glad you understand. So I just wanted to take some time out to kind of give you some input. Oh, you see the truck? So remember I told you about the blue truck right there? All right, the blue Jimmy. He's the first one up. Blue Jimmy truck. That's the one I was telling you about. So I told you. So you already know. These are the people that they use. They do nothing at this church. I'm telling you. There's no such thing as church. Church is you. So that is a building. That's a 5013C government facility. That's exactly what that is. That's a government facility. All right, there's nobody being saved there. There's no souls being saved there. There's no mission. They're not helping any homeless. You know what I mean? Of course, they like to make, like, they're philanthropists, and like they're this whole, you know, God's gift to the green earth. Well, we already know that what they are, and it speaks to them in the Book of Revelation. Actually speaks to them all over the Bible, but specifically in the Book of Revelation. But yeah, so like I said, everything that I've kind of stated to you guys have come to fruition. All praise to the Most High. Now they may think that is of their own, but they were woke up this morning so that I could make this video and prove to you all based on prophetics, right, into the future. Their whole purpose is so I can prove how crazy we are not, so that the people who've died in vain in their eyes won't die in vain. Okay, so the people who have committed suicide from this situation, that's what I do it for. I don't do it for me. I do it for those who've committed suicide, who've lost homes, who are homeless, who go through tyranny, who are not as strong as I am, mentally, physically, spiritually, right? That's why I do this for. I do it for you all. I don't do this for me. You know what I mean? Of course, there's a monetary, there's monetary lawsuits that we're owed. Definitely. Defamation of character, illegal use of state vehicle. Anytime that the police is coming around you and they're supposed to be, tending to the community, right? Because they're civil workers. They work for the state. We pay them, right? And they're concerned about something that's illegal use of a state government vehicle. You're illegally using that vehicle. You have no right to be watching me in a state vehicle that you do not own. It's common sense. So emotional distress, you receive millions off emotional stress alone. Whether, you know what I mean? It could be one day. Some people going through this for 15 years. Imagine how much money that they would be receiving off emotional distress. All right? So, like I said, man, I'm not selfish when it comes to this information. And, how dare I be selfish with this information? But, like I said, I know what they're trying to do to me. I know what they try to do to me. I know that I'm winning. I know I'm winning very good. I know that I'm doing better than I thought I would be. After 3 years, I didn't expect to have a home. I didn't expect to have a car. I didn't expect to have employment. My employment is shitty. But they tried to get me in. They tried to just basically, try to make it seem like I quit my job when there was no work to do. And I'm still making phone calls. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm still logging in. I still have keys to the office, but they try to make it seem like I quit. How could I quit my job and I have keys to the office? You think they're going to let some black deranged man, right, who that's what they claim I am, right, have keys to an office, who can just freely walk in the office when he wants to? That makes no sense. I work for Fish Window Company out of Jessup, Maryland. You can look it up. They are part of the PSYOP as well. Okay? Fish Window Cleaning in Jessup, Maryland. They are part of the problem as well. Okay? I won't put out the name of the owner, I guess, for whatever reason legally. But I will say that's the company I work for. And I will say that they do allow people to harass you while you're working on the job. And the whole point of me being a salesman at that job was I was business to business. And they know that. And so they know that what? That's great for them because I'm on foot, I'm driving, different areas. He's already going to tell them the areas of his territory. So they know that I'm going to have to be in either one of these territories. Right? So when I'm there, what? The gang stalking, the gaslighting starts. They follow me, right? They follow me here. This is a Solara. They follow me here. So that's where you see I put the shade in front of my house because I blocked off a whole. You can only use them from here. They can only see me from here and here. That's it. And so that gives me the ability. You see how blank now look. Take note. Take note of how empty this parking lot is. Now I told you, 60% of my neighbors are over the age of 50. That's more than half. You see how dense it is? Like 9 a.m., you see how no one's here? 2 people at their church, normally it's about 4 or 5, but because I outed them, they're going to use those 2. I guess they thought I would forget. All praise be to Elohim for me remembering, right? Look at this. I just want you to get a look at what this is supposed to look like Monday through Friday. 7 days a week. Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. Or Sunday through Saturday. Really is how it should be. Sunday through Saturday because the week begins on Sunday and ends on Saturday. So the Sabbath is Saturday. Anyway, but like this is how you look at it. This is what the neighborhood looks like. This nothing, quiet, quote unquote false peace. If you didn't know you were living next to demons, this would be a great peaceful area to live in. Okay, peace. So when you see a lot of commotion around here, I want you to understand where it's coming from. There's an Acura that parks there. There's an Acura TL Brown. Okay, you see that car leaving from the nurse home. This is it. This is all they can do now. They can't sit people in front of the fire church because he can't see me. You can really only have a smither of people who park there. That's why they park there, right? So you see people parking invisible. In my view, it's because it's on purpose. Because they have clear parking spot, about 20 parking spots in front of this blue Cape here. There's about a good 20 parking spots in front of this Cape. So if you see somebody deliberately parking over here, okay, y'all get it early in the morning church. I'm not counting them. That's where you're not gonna park all the way here to walk over there. That makes sense. Okay, they're lazy as fuck, so they're gonna do that. But I'm talking about over here. Tahoe drives an Audi. He drives an Audi A6. So you see, I got the man walking right here. Now you see, he's not gonna look back because he can't. He can't. So, like I said, we cut them off. You gotta cut them off. I have tinted windows. I cut off the visibility of my car. I cut them off. That's privacy. Anything that I can do to add privacy to my life, I'm going to. I'm going to build a fence. I'm going to do all of this. But like I said, I don't want to put my money into this home and then something happens and then I can't take that with me. So I'm trying to do the things that I can take with me. You know what I mean? So where my money, so they can't use my fence after I leave here. It's not like I'm going to take the fence out the ground and bring it to my next place, or you know what I mean? So I got to be smart with my money. But as you can see here, right, there's a RAV4. Normally it's a white Hyundai Elantra, older model, and it's a blue Sonata, 2015, 2016 that parks there, and it's a Toyota Tundra, I think it's 2013, 2015, something of that age that parked there. All right, this person right here in that empty parking spot next to the Toyota Camry, right? That's an Acura. Her son drives her Honda Pilot. Her daughter drives the Ford Taurus, and her parents drive a Ford Explorer, 2004, 2003, 2005 year model, silver. The Ford Taurus is champagne, and the Honda Pilot is black. And in front of the Cape of people, when I leave here, you'll see a white, a J model Infiniti, J30 truck, JX30. I think that's what that model is. It's a white one. She's related to the one in the, her son drives the Altima, Nissan Altima. And I think her little boyfriend or baby daddy drives the blue Ford Explorer, older model, 2002, 2003, maybe 2004. They are related, okay? Then you'll see the champagne Camry, the black Equinox, and the Lincoln I was telling you about, along with a silver Honda Pilot. I mean, not silver Honda Pilot, a white Honda CRV, like a 1994, 1995, 96, that year model. Those live together. So I'm just letting you know there's families living here. Okay, these families have been over here for 10 years, except for the one to my left and my right. I think I think Shalom has been here since I've been here. This one right here, they drive there's a black BMW, the Acura, and the Honda. I think she has a friend with a G35 Honda. I mean, G35, Infiniti G35. Her mom drives the Cobalt Red. Her friend drives a rental. It's a Nissan Altima rental. Or one time I seen him drive a red Subaru Impreza. So these are the cars that if you see me recording them, you know who they are, right? And they think my memory is, I don't know, I smoke weed, so I guess they think my memory is whatever. I guess their assumptions of me have been making them an ass for however long they've been doing this, because now the assumption that, I'm sexually harassed every damn day. They stare, I don't know if anyone else gets stared at, they stare at your crotch. You know what I mean? They stare at your crotch like it's no tomorrow. Like they stare at your dick like they don't have one. Okay, that's what I get. So a lot of my gang stalking is sexual. I guess because they want to piss me off. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, if you have a whole bunch of people just staring, you can't get peace. If you're coming at a church, you go to a gas station. And I first noticed it in the workplace. I just noticed that guys were just, kind of, and I've never been a homosexual. I don't like them. I don't like them for the reason that I just don't get it. And so at the end of the day, for me, it's like I'm finding out that, these fraternities, these Masonic Masons, a lot of these churchgoers, they are homosexual. You just call them fags. You just call them gay. I don't use that damn political term. They're fags. They like dick in the ass. Okay, a lot of these dudes who follow us around like dick. They like dick in the ass. They do. All right, they do. They're not going to tell you, but the most muscular bound men out here like dick in the ass. Okay? So that's a running joke with them. And you guys, all the fraternities, all that hazing shit is gay. If you really go look into the hazing and the indoctrination that they do, it's gay. They even have jokes within like the Kappas, certain ones that are sweet. You know what I mean? Like there's the candy cane, sweet. I don't know any group of niggas that's gonna take a boat ride with a whole bunch of other niggas, and had no bitches on there, have no women, no women on the plane. You having a yacht party with no women. What is that? That's a sausage fest. What are we doing here? Liquor and men? I don't know about y'all, but anytime I drink, and I don't drink that. I don't drink like that anyway. In my younger days, I went to the club. And anytime I did drink, it was top shelf. Top shelf. Okay? Anytime I did drink, we talking about Goose, Grand Marnier, Patron Silver, Ciroc, Skullhead. I'm not drinking no trash. I'm not drinking to get drunk. I'm drinking to get nice. You know what I mean? And get my swerve on and get my talk game up. You know what I mean? Get comfortable in the place. Stretch out a little bit. That's why I drank. You know what I mean? I drink to get vibes. I didn't drink to get drunk. I was a driver, so it's not like I had DUIs. It's not like I've been arrested. I never had no misdemeanors. They don't have shit on me, and they don't like that. And that's why I talk to the police like I talk to everyone else, because I know they can't plant drugs on me. They can't say I'm a drug addict. They can't say I'm a drugs dealer. They can't say I've used drugs. They can't say I'm a rapist. They can't say I'm a pedophile. They can say this, but they can't prove it. They have no proof. No proof whatsoever. If they had proof, I'd be in jail. You know how they kill niggas for less. You know that, right? They kill niggas when they pull them over at the stop sign. So you mean to tell me I'm just out here talking my shit to police, flipping them off, yelling at them, putting up the Mayweather money sign every time I see the police, and they just gonna let me go free? I'm just talking my shit. I've gotten detained twice with the police, right? Pulling me over some bullshit because I'm talking my shit. I got them recording. And guess what? I had the guns in the car. I had my guns in the car. I had a clip on me. One clip was on me. Searched me and everything, in handcuffs. They didn't search my car because they couldn't. But they were trying to say that somebody said my car fit the description of me turning my lights on and off and high beams and all this other stuff. You know how they do. So they want to make it seem like I'm harassing them and they're harassing me. They try to flip the script. But I'm talking to you today, so let you know what happened. I'm a free man. I'm a free man. I'm freer than the people who follow us. Definitely freer than the people who follow us. You hear the e-brake? My man on the e-brake now. See, I like that shit. The e-brake, that's not noise to me. I like that shit. I used to drive trucks. Muscle cars, I like muscle cars. So what they think is noise, I like that shit. Like I had a straight pipe 94 Lincoln Mark 8 LSC with 400 horsepower and air suspension. I'm a car guy. So the car noise doesn't get to me. The only thing that gets to me is when people think that they're getting me. That's the only thing about this program. It's not what they do, it's the fact that they think they're doing something that annoys me. So it's not the act, it's the thought that the act is annoying me. It's not annoying me. I just don't like the fact that you think you're doing something. And you're dumb as hell. You're a stupid fuck and you think that this would piss me off. No, you thinking that this is going to piss me off is pissing me off. So they lose that battle. E-brake, I love that shit. I watch videos on fucking Instagram about e-brake, about Kenworths, Peterbilts, Max, Internationals, just driving, racing. That shit don't bother me. I'm a grown-ass man. I like that shit. I like cars and trucks. I got model cars in my car. I got model cars upstairs. I collect model cars. I collect Hot Wheel cars. I still have all my Hot Wheel collections from a kid. So like I said, they don't know anything about me. That's how come I know they don't know shit about me. Because if they did know the shit that they do, it wouldn't know. Like that noise campaign shit don't annoy me. Like it's retarded. So anyway, as you can see, nobody's coming across here except for the people over there in the nurse home. But they get like 2 seconds of fame, literally, because they can't stop there on recording and look at me because why? I'm recording. And I'm like, hey, look, why are they stopping? Why are they looking at me? So they have to keep on going about their business. Back, man. You know, the whole world is gay. I'm thinking that what is this? This is like the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is the whole world is gay. The elephant in the room. Everyone is a pedophile. Everyone is a fucking sexual deviant. That's what the gag is. The gag is, if you're not gay, if you're not a pedophile, if you're not a rapist, then you're not cool. That's what the world is. When you figure out that, it's fucking trippy. That's what the world is. So they look at people who are not of them because then they can expose them. And they don't want to be exposed, because when you expose somebody in a position of power, I put that in quotations, then it goes up the food chain. It goes, oh damn, if they're doing this, then what are they doing? Because they're hanging out with them. And if they're hanging out with them, then what are they doing? So it's a chain effect. It's a chain effect. Okay, and so when you expose one little puppet, everybody else is going to get exposed eventually. Farrakhan, you see how they're making this whole narrative about Farrakhan. Farrakhan is a puppet, just like Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, and T.I. They only kill you if they can't use you. History has proven it. They kill anybody who they can't use, or they make them look crazy, or they go bankrupt, they go broke until they submit and either shut up, or they come back to the system. And when they come back to the system, they're doing way worse than they were when they try to get out. All right, so like, where do you think these whole gangs get blood in, blood out? Nigga, that's the Masonic shit. Blood in, blood out. They say they'll cut your tongue. They will literally cut your tongue out your mouth if you tell the secrets of the Masonic Lodge. That sound like blood in, blood out to me. That sound like blood in, blood out to me. That sounds like getting beat into a motherfucking lodge. They may not physically beat you, but they're beating in doctrine, they're beating in lies, they're beating in demonic warfare. You see, I got my man over here in the red jacket. Thank you. Now, he thought the red was going to set me off. All it did was help me notice him quicker. That's all we did. So you putting on that just got you exposed. Does nothing to me. A lot of times they want to use color codes. I guess a lot of people identify. I don't give them any reason to piss me off. So the color of cars don't matter to me. What I do is I will remember the car and the tag number. Thank you, please. So that if I see you again, I can expose you. That's really all it does. I mean, how dumb are they? Who's walking in the rain? Who's chilling about to go eat some breakfast? Or maybe some pancakes, sausage, and eggs. And while we watch them skedaddle. While we watch them walk in the rain. It's a shame what they do to the elderly, right? Not really, because these motherfuckers are old. They've been know what the system was, and they choose to be dumb. So they put these dumb fucks, and they got a nigga in the truck riding behind them. Now look how dumb it is. So you mean to tell me he's not civil enough to give the old lady a ride to where she needs? You're not going to give the old lady and old man a ride? The truck is a bench seat. You can fit 2 people in there. I mean, 3 people in there on the bench seat in the Chevy Silverado. All right, so they're going to have them walking, and they're going, and they're going, and they're gone. They're gone. And guess what? They can't see me anymore, but they still had to walk their raggedy ass up to the store and back. See what I mean? So it's a lose-lose situation. We have the power. If you listen to my other videos, we have the power. Shalom.